Hey guys, what's up? Nick here once again, and today on Do You Remember, we're going to be looking at Modern Warfare 2 on the PC. Now, Modern Warfare 2 takes me way back. I used to play this all the time as a kid in high school. I remember it came out around 10th grade for me back in, I think it was 2009. And yeah, this game was a surefire hit right out of the gate. It might not be their most top-selling game of all time, but it definitely is up there in like their top 5 at least top-selling games in the COD franchise, and for good reason. Modern Warfare 2 set out to basically be the successor to the already very popular Modern Warfare that came out around 2007 or 2008. I can't remember exactly which year. But the biggest highlight to Modern Warfare 2 was its multiplayer. It just went above and beyond what Modern Warfare brought to the table. And I gotta say, to this day in 2023, does it still hold up? Yes. Yes, it does. The gameplay alone, as you're seeing here, was recorded just the other day, and I had an absolute blast recording it. Now, there are some issues, and we'll get into those in a minute, but for the most part, the core gameplay is still here, and it is still amazing, and there's a reason this game was as popular as it was. And it's kind of amazing that even in 2023, we've had so many Call of Duty releases since this game's release, and it's still, none of these new games can seem to hold up to just the magic that Modern Warfare 2 brought to the table. Now, there are some other really great games in the series like Black Ops 2, and Modern Warfare 3 that definitely hold up to Modern Warfare 2, but in my opinion, nothing will ever beat this game. Everything from the level design, to the weapon layouts, to the perks, to the kill streaks, nothing stacks up. Everything is perfect, in my personal opinion. Yes, there are some overpowered things in this game. Last man standing, one-man army, noob tubes, you know, all that stuff galore. Yes, they can be annoying, but if you don't take the game too seriously, and you're just going to have some fun, or in my case, you know, just messing around and recording some stuff for YouTube, you're going to have a really good time with this game, even in 2023. I am going to be moving into the more negative aspects really quick here of this game and playing it in 2023. The first thing is that there's just not that many lobbies to be found, so you're going to be sitting in a lot of waiting rooms looking for a game to start up, and especially if you're playing it on PC. Now, I'm playing it through Steam, the official Modern Warfare 2 release. There is a version you can play, of course, on the Xbox 360 and the PS3. Now, you're probably going to have either better or worse luck finding games on those systems. I have no idea. But this is just straight from my experience with the Steam version. And I gotta say, there's still a lot of hacked lobbies out there. One of the lobbies gave me everything unlocked, like level 70, the whole kit and caboodle. I wasn't very happy about that, though, because I don't know about you guys, but I really love the grind of Call of Duty and unlocking all the new camos and prestiging. And coming back to that, I was excited to try again, and sadly, that got taken away from me. Yes, it's good I can use any, you know, combo of stuff I want, but the fact that I didn't unlock it myself really sucks. Also, in terms of hack lobbies, there was a rumor about some hack lobbies that were putting viruses on people's computers. Apparently, Activision went through and updated that and removed all of that a couple weeks ago, which is good to see that they're still caring about these old games. However, do not get your hopes up in the sense of, oh, there's no hack lobbies anymore. Like, no, that literally every lobby I found while trying to get gameplay for this video was a hacked lobby in some way, shape, or form. Most of them are harmless. They pretty much just make it so it doesn't go back to the main menu or have any map voting anymore. It just kind of sticks you in the lobby and you're stuck there until you're done and you want to go back to the main menu, which is kind of shitty, kind of a bummer. But it is what it is. At least they do run, they do work for the most part. And the one thing that was kind of weird is if you went into like TDM, that seems to be where the most hack lobbies are. And most of those lobbies include other game modes in TDM. It's hard to explain, but let's just say you go into TDM, search for a lobby, you get into a hack lobby, and you're playing Domination. That's just kind of how it works. But then if you go to the regular Domination looking for a match, you'll never find one, so it's kind of funny. So yeah, hack lobbies are still a thing, sadly. You're really not going to be able to get away from that unless you do private lobbies with friends, which does still work, which is pretty cool. But for the most part, yeah, if you're trying to just jump on and play some old vanilla Call of Duty, it's not really a thing anymore. You're going to have to deal with these lobbies. The other issue with these hack lobbies is the connections. I can't tell you enough like how bad the connections were with almost all these lobbies. I don't know if they're overseas or what, but I pretty much had like a 1 to a maybe 2 bar connection every game, so you might see a lot of lag and weird like input stuff going on in these gameplays. Thankfully, it worked out for me for the better, though. It seemed like most people were lagging worse than I was, So I ended up getting a lot of like wins in the gunfights, which is hilarious. But hey, I'm not complaining. But the one thing that does suck, obviously, is you're going to see a lot of people skipping around. There's going to be some BS situations where, like, you shot that guy, but, you know, obviously it lagged and you missed the bullets. So it is what it is. But these are just some minor kind of frustrating things that you're going to have to deal with if you try coming back to this game in 2023. But that's not really the point of this video. This is, again, part of my series of Do You Remember, where essentially we just take a look back at the nostalgia of old games to give them a try today, and to see kind of if they still hold up and if they're worth a try to have fun with. And that's the whole reason for this. And I gotta say, if you can put aside the issues with the lobbies and the hack lobbies and stuff like that, this is a wonderful game to come back to and still have a really great time, especially if you're an old fan of Call of Duty. Now, if you've never played COD in your life, you might be kind of overwhelmed going into this game, I'm not gonna lie. They really did not cater towards the casual players back then. This was very hardcore gameplay in the best way possible. So they didn't have skill-based matchmaking. Every match you went into, you were going against random players of all different skill sets. So yes, you could get destroyed one game, or you could be the person destroying the next game. It's really hard to say. And in terms of the kill streaks in this game as well, they stacked on each other. So they ended up changing this after this Call of Duty. It never came back, in my opinion, sadly. But what that means is that if you use a kill streak, such as like a chopper gunner or a predator missile or anything, and you got a kill with said kill streak, it would actually continue to stack on for more kill streaks. So for instance, 5 kills is a predator missile and 7 kills is a Harrier strike. Now, if you were to get a double kill with your predator missile, it would automatically then give you the Harrier strike. Where in future games, they only count towards your gun kills to get kill streaks, which I guess makes more sense. It takes a lot more skill, obviously. It's not relied more on luck, where you can just get really lucky with the kill streaks in this game. I've gotten nukes before just out of pure luck, where I've landed in a spot with a predator missile and got 5 kills, got a Harrier, then a chopper, and just did it all in one go, basically. And boom, you got a nuke. Pretty easy. But that being said, there's just nothing that beats that feeling, though, of feeling like you won the lottery. Like, oh my god, I got this insane kill streak going. I got this insane kill streak. I'm going to use this. Boom. Oh, here's another kill streak. Boom. Oh, another kill streak. Boom. Nuke. You know, it's just nothing beats that feeling. And if you've never experienced that feeling, I highly recommend giving this game a try, because you can still have that happen in 2023. Again, it's just kind of a bummer with the lag and some of the shitty lobbies, but it is what it is. The other thing, too, that really stuck out with Modern Warfare 2 for me, I kind of already touched on this a little bit, but it is a level design. There is not one map in this game that I absolutely despise. I think Derail was maybe the only one that was kind of meh to me. It was just too big. But otherwise, every level in this game has their own little quirks and things that I like, and I appreciate that. I wish they would go back to this formula for new games. They just are going way too grand in scale, and they're just doing too many things that just make the game overall unfun to play, where we didn't have that issue back then. There is also DLC packs, which are hilariously to me not on sale or free at this point. You still have to pay like $20 per pack, which is, by the way, spoiler alert, not worth it. Not only are they not worth that money, but apparently according to the Steam reviews, is again only on the PC version. I don't know about the console version, but they do not work anymore. They just don't either get you in the lobbies, or they just don't let the game launch. So literally throwing your money away if you get the DLC, which is a huge bummer, because this game had some amazing DLC maps. I loved the DLC maps, so it's a real pain to me that we really can't go back and play those to this day unless you did private lobbies. So that is definitely something to take into account. Another thing that's a big bummer about nowadays Call of Duty is that not all the game modes work. And this game launched with a ton of game modes. I remember Demolition was really fun. Of course, you got Free For All, Team DM, Domination, Capture the Flag, Ground War, the list goes on. Now, you can find some game modes here and there that some lobbies like to keep alive. Search and Destroy is a really good one. It's very dedicated fans play this one, so if you're going to get in a lobby of Search, it's going to be very sweaty. So it might not be a good choice for the faint-hearted to jump into those ones, because you're not going to have a very good time. But that being said, if you are a hardcore player, or if you played Modern Warfare 2 back in the day, and you're getting back into it, you're getting the flow of things, you warmed up a little bit with some TDM, maybe jumping into a Search and Destroy might have, you know, a fun time with it. I definitely did a couple times, but I definitely got my ass kicked, that's for sure. The other thing too that's kind of interesting to me is on PC at least, you don't see a lot of people using headsets like back in the day. I remember every lobby playing on PS3 because I never had an Xbox 360 growing up, only had a PS3, and every lobby people had headsets. So I remember just hearing the most horrible insults and just crazy things you could ever imagine every game, and it's kind of I don't know. Not that I miss the toxicity part of it, but I do miss hearing all the voices and stuff. And of course, at the end of every lobby, when you had everybody talking shit in the free lobby or whatever, it was just you can't replicate it. It just, you had to be there. So kind of a bummer you don't really have that anymore. It does support headsets, I will say that. So if you do have a headset, who knows? Maybe you can start the trend and bring it back. But yeah, for what it is, most people will go headset less, and it's mostly as text chat on PC, which is a little bit of a bummer. Quick scoping is still here and as crazy as ever. In my opinion, I think Modern Warfare 2 did the best in terms of snipers in Call of Duty. Yes, they are overpowered, but they kind of need to be for what they are. And it's so fun coming back to this game, messing around with quick scoping and stuff like that, and just talking about all the other guns. I mean, just the sheer amount of amazing weapons that came from Modern Warfare 2 is just something to really relic about, because I mean, in this game you had the UMP-45 with the silencer. We all know how broken that gun was, but it felt so damn good. The P90 was a lot of fun. ACR, the AK-47, the SCAR. I mean, I could go on for like 20 plus minutes just talking about how good the guns are in this game and the different setups and all that stuff. And I have my own classes I created a while ago, and I still use them to this day. I don't really mess my classes too often, because once I get it to the way I like, there's no reason for me to go back and mess with it. Where in the new games, you have like the gunsmith, which you know, it gives you a ton of options and it's pretty cool, but it gets to a point where it's too convoluted. It's just too overwhelming. There's too many options, and I never know what to do with it. And I never feel like my class is perfected. I never feel like this is the way it's supposed to be. Like I have to constantly look up on the internet, what's the best options for this gun? What's the best attachments for this gun? Because there's 5 million attachments now, and it's just too much. I just wish they would go back to the tried and true of like, you can put 2 attachments or less on a gun and you're good to go, because it's all you need. And I know some people are going to disagree with me on that opinion, but it just, Modern Warfare 2 did it so damn good. It's just the most arcade experience you can get in a Call of Duty, and in the best way possible. So that's pretty much it. I just kind of wanted to go over my thoughts and opinions on Modern Warfare 2, that I still think it holds up to this day. It's still a ton of fun. I might even live stream it in the future as well. So if you want to check out something like that, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss those streams. But with that, let me know in the comment section below. Did you ever play Modern Warfare 2 growing up? Do you still play it to this day? And if you do, let me know how you enjoy it. And also, if you don't, let me know, is this a game you'd want to come back to and give it a shot again? I just love hearing people's thoughts on these old games in the comment section below. And yeah, with that, leave a like, share, support as always. Subscribe so you don't miss the next one. We'll see you in the next one. Peace out, everybody. Thank you guys so much for making it to the end of the video. Before we head out, I want to give a huge special thank you to our channel members. These are amazing people who are wanting to support the channel and the content here. And if you want to do the same, you can click the little join button underneath every single new upload. And in becoming a channel member not only supports me and the channel, but also gives you a ton of perks in doing so, including early access to new content and being a part of exclusive polls and information that other people would not be able to access. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you again so much for the love and support, and we'll hopefully see you in the next one. Peace out.